Welcome, everyone, to the ultimate game in the college football season. Everything has built to this, the battle for the national championship and college football immortality, a moment that every young football player grows up dreaming about. And these two teams have survived the expanded playoff grind. They have battled through a regular season, multiple playoff victories, all sorts of challenges and adversity, and they've arrived at this moment, the battle for that precious trophy. As we'll see the number 6 seed in this playoff, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on another ACC team, the South Florida Bulls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. And this is it. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves here as national champions. Let's get this going. The kickoff team is out there, and you can feel the energy. 1 game to determine the national championship. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. First down here for this offense. And a handoff as they run the counter play. Breaking free at the 35. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, this back is running very well today and living up to so many great backs that they've had over the years at Miami. Edgerrin James, and Frank Gore, and Willis McGahee, and Clinton Portis. All those guys won a lot of games and ran the ball well. And right now, they got to be loving what they're seeing from this back.
Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
And he's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
Man, the defense was all over that play. Just left him almost no room to work after catching the ball.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. He's going for a big play downfield. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th. The Hurricanes will bring their punt team onto the field. Fair catch made at the 20. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. You're right. He shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go by the time he got the ball.
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. They bring him down, but not before an explosive play through this offense through the air.
Chris, all week they heard about how fast this guy is. The defensive coordinator told them they watched the film. They've seen this guy a lot, but I think the reality is seeing it now in person, I think it's surprised them. They've got to make some adjustments to their defense, or this guy and his speed will continue to have a field day.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play. No gain there. This defense has been getting sliced up on the drive, but they push back. That's on Kirk.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break mentality by this defense. They have been giving up some big chunks here on this drive, but let's see if a stop like this can give them a little bit of confidence here. Now try to pressure the quarterback on these upcoming plays.
And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down now.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Tackle made at the 26, good enough for a first down.
Well, these are the kind of situations you practice every week. You got to be able to get a yard. And the offensive line was able to give them just enough push to convert here on the ground. Clearly, they've done this drill before countless times, and it shows.
And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And the runner brought down after just a short gain. So now it's 3rd and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the 3rd down call is. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. He's got it near the end zone. And he scores. Touchdown, Bulls. And they'll set up now for the extra point try. BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. The last drive they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. The Hurricanes looking to crank up the tempo a bit. And looking to throw now on first down. Caught quickly. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
That's a nice completion to the sideline with great timing. The connection between the receiver and the quarterback was on full display to be able to get that first down.
They'll run it here. And that's a solid gain before the defense is able to bring him down.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Second down, we're going to throw it. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And he scores. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And they get set now to try the PAT. And it's good. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And one final play before the end of the quarter. Handoff here from the shotgun. Making people miss. And the defense able to bring him down to wrap up the first quarter of play. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They'll toss it to the right side. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47.
You know, a toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, play's going to blow up.
The junior able to bring him down quickly.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down. The Bulls will line up to boot it away. First punt of the game now, looking to pin him back deep. The punt will bounce and head out of bounds. That's right near the goal line. Perfect execution. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They punched it into the end zone the last time. Let's see if this defense has made some adjustments to stop him this time. And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it here. Grab near the sticks. It's Barnes.
Well, when you play zone defense on 3rd down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the 1st down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
And here comes a deep shot. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Miami.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
The extra point is good, so it's 14-7. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the South Florida offense back on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well do you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Now they put that nickel defense, and I think that's the right call. You get more speed to be able to cover with those 5 defensive backs. It also allows that defensive line with that good coverage to get after the quarterback, as we see here.
He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. And here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. Great possession last time. They punch it into the end zone. Can the defense come up with a stop this time? Opening play of the drive. He looks right for a completion. They make the tackle, but that's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 34.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages, because right now what you're doing...
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown for the U. Game-breaking speed for the running back to reach the end zone. That is just priceless for an offense.
Chris, that back was able to find that crease in the defense. Let's give credit to the big fellas up front for creating that crease. They all played a key role in that score.
PAT is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Now they get set to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Here comes the USF offense back on the field now. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. Tackle's made, but not before he makes the 43-yard line. This drive is going now.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back, showing great patience. The hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
QB decides to keep it here. Slides down to avoid the tackle. Quarterback operating an empty set. They look to throw it here on second down. Trying to create here on the move. Finds the receiver wide open. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
The Bulls with 1st and 10 here. And the quarterback dropping back. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete. Second and 10 here. Timeout called by the defense. They'll go to the sideline and try to adjust. It's their first timeout. Incompletion sets up a second down. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. And he's brought down. Offense going backwards with the sack.
Chris, I think we're starting to see a theme here in this national championship, and to me it's this defensive pressure. I don't know if I thought that prior to this game, but now that we're watching it here in this first half, that's the second sack. They're getting after this quarterback in a big way today.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. He's got his man wide open. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's another huge game for this guy, and I'll tell you what they're doing a good job of is moving him around. He's not aligning just in one spot where the defense has an idea of where he is to try to take him out of the game. They moved him around, given him a chance to get some one-on-one matchups. And boy, is he taking advantage of that here in the first half of the national title.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. And he makes it into the end zone. Touchdown, USF.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're only in the second quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. The returner coughs up the football inside their own 20.
That is an incredible job by this kickoff coverage team. You don't see many turnovers on kickoffs, but they just gifted their offense with a bonus possession.
The USF offense is back out there now. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. Pressure is coming. Trying to create outside the pocket now. He's got some room. Can he get there? Touchdown, South Florida. Still no answer for this offense. Here's the point after attempt. And he knocks it right through. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And he's tackled at the 25, same spot it would have been, and he left it in the end zone. So they start the drive looking for some late fireworks here, less than 30 seconds before halftime. First down, looking to throw the ball. Looking to make a play deep downfield. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big game, but he couldn't hold on.
Oh, my gosh, Chris, just what they wanted. You got a chance to make a huge play. Everybody does their job. Great route. Quarterback puts it right on the money, and he just drops it.
Looking to pass here on second down. He's going to take another shot right here. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
But, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 25. What's the call going to be? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. And looking for a big play here. And is intercepted. He's got some room and some blockers here. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. And the offense gets a chance to start with a short field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Trying to extend the play. Slides to avoid the big hit. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bulls.
Well, gutsy call here to go for this instead of taking the field goal, but it works out. Great touchdown. They now lead by 6. An extra point away, and they go up by 7 here at the half.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. The Minnows going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Canes will kick this away to get the second half going. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. Comes the Bulls offense back onto the field. And a chance right away here in the second half to stretch the lead and build momentum. Let's see what this defense can do about it. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Here's the second down play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
That run picks up first down yardage, a fresh set of downs for this offense. He hands it to the back. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's second down and 8.
The defense coordinator this week always telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Off play action, he's looking to throw. And it falls incomplete. The defensive pressure hurried to throw that time.
Chris, as you know, anymore in college football, these tight ends are essentially wide receivers. They move them all over the place and try to find a good matchup. They had one. They're just unable to complete the pass.
After the second down incompletion, they'll have to convert here on third down and 8. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Lets it fly to the wideout. It's intercepted, trying to fire it into a tight window. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Boy, just when it looked like they had complete control of the national championship, they turned the ball over. The only real mistake they could have made to give their opponent a chance to get back into the game, and they've done it.
Oh, a nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
The catch is made for a huge pickup. Touchdown, Canes. This offense cannot be stopped. Here comes the point after attempt. He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the third period. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Here comes the South Florida offense back on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. They'll give it to the running back. Fighting off the defender. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll run it from the gun. Spins away from defenders. That gain is good enough for a first down. All spotted at the 42.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
The offense will set up on 1st and 10. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Second down play coming up. Change of pace now, looking to throw the football. Grab down the middle. It's Freeman. And look at the speed there. They finally bring him down, but it's a nice game.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes this defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
The Bulls pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. And there's the handoff. Just a small gain. Look at it, 2nd and 9.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. And the sophomore making an impact play.
Great call here by the defensive coordinator, sending that linebacker on the blitz, and it works out for the sack. And I'll tell you, Miami linebacker play over the years, I would put up there with anybody in the country.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. And he'll fling this one deep down the middle.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
The Bulls getting set on 1st and 10. Snapping it from the red zone now, looking to throw. Grab made by the tight end. A big hit by the linebacker. Physical tackle there, big versus big.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
A completion sets up a 2nd down play. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
Oh, the read option here, and the quarterback keeps it. I thought he was going to get out and maybe take this downfield for big yards. The defense very fortunate to keep him to a shorter gain.
Crucial. 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can he keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? Got to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down.
Chris, that's back-to-back drives now that this offense has thrown interceptions. They've got to be able to regroup on the sideline, adjust their schemes, maybe their personnel groupings and formations, try to find a new way to attack, because right now, this isn't working.
And the single back takes the handoff. Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Great job of the defense pushing him back on 1st down. Tailback with another carry. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the 1st down marker.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. It's an out route. The catch made. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a 1st down.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss just having one of those dream performances.
Using his legs here. Gets loose, able to scramble for a solid gain.
Chris, I love the patience here by the quarterback. He's waiting for something to happen downfield, but it's not there. Then you see the athletic ability to be able to pick up some good yards.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Important third down play coming up. This would be a 56-yard attempt if they don't gain anything. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So a tie game, fourth quarter. They're going to go for it on this fourth down. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. It's a quick grab. And he's not going to get there. The defense rises up and makes a huge fourth down stop.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on fourth down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that first down marker is and run that route a yard or 2 beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the first down. Instead, the defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They'll try and run it. Here's the running back. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Here we go. Third down and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run for the first down. The Bulls are moving quickly down the field.
Here's a great example of a back knowing where he needed to go on this play, and he didn't mess around. Got between the tackles and earned every single yard.
A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Looks at the sideline, and it's complete, barely inbounds. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Now it's second down here. And now the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Things just appear to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
I like how this defense is bringing pressure from all over the field, and that's the key in putting together a good defensive strategy. On this play, it came from the outside linebacker, and he gets to the quarterback.
They'll kick it away here. And the punt will bounce out of bounds inside the 10. You can't do it any better than that. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. He'll hand it off. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
And that's the 2-minute warning here as we set up for a close, dramatic finish to this one. Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Makes a quick catch. That'll pick up the first down. He's brought down to the 21.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
Looking to throw it on first down. He's looking to scramble. breaking free at the 35. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The clock is still running. They've got to get set quickly. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you get a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Barnes. Tackle is finally made, but an explosive gain. They'll move it down to the 23-yard line. Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. The Canes lining up here on 1st and 10. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Defense makes the stop after a 5-yard gain, so 2nd and 5. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They got some things to work out here. The Canes move into the red zone. They call the counter run here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays, and this one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards and a 1st down.
And a late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock. So the coach will decide to settle for 3 points here. Out comes the field goal unit. And a late timeout taken, just 4 seconds on the clock. A chance for this kicker to be a hero and win the game in the final seconds. No problem, knocks it right through. And they jump back in front.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
After the late field goal, they'll kick it away. The offense a chance to tie it up if they can get in the field goal position quickly. And the returner elects to fair catch it. No return. They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. 1st down, looking to throw the football. And now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. The ball falls to the ground, and we have a national champion. They're the last team standing at the top of the mountain, Kirk, national champion.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. They've had some challenging moments. They've been able to overcome them. And how fitting, a close game in the national championship. They come through one more time.